So, how did I get here? How did I wind up huddled in an empty factory that once pumped beautiful happy masks? Well, to understand that, we need to go back a little while. June 20th, 2019. That was the day I joined Skyblock. And whilst learning the game, I watched tons of Skyblock YouTubers such as 30virus, Pickle, Palika, but the most important to the story is, sadly, tommyinnit. And I was a big fan of all of these YouTubers back in the day, so I would constantly visit their islands. I would give them donations and sometimes be in their videos, but not like as like an actual person, but like more like a background character who just kind of wandered into frame. And after a while visiting tommyinnit's island, Dark Leonard 2, the co-op member to tommyinnit, asked if someone could port over this skin to the skin decks, a goon skin. So I said I would, but I made one modification. I put a little soldier's hat on it. And I didn't think of it much later, and after 1 year passed, I was on a brand new profile after deleting my old one and saw 2 new NPCs had gotten added, Dante and the goons. And the goons were the same ones I made a year ago. And well, at that point, I had quit Skyblock and was done with the game, but decided to play during the Dante event. And after Dante was overthrown by Technoblade, I still decided to play. But I still wanted one thing, to get my skin back in Skyblock. But I didn't know how I'd do it, so it kind of just remained in the back of my mind. But even after the event was still over and Technoblade was gone from being mayor, I still played. And I had played until I'd gotten full Necron and built a beautiful island. And after 2 years, I was done with Skyblock again and ready to quit. But while I was chilling on my island, I saw an old friend who had logged on, and so I decided to chat him up. And well, my friend, whose name is Fallforce, had quit, but we chatted up and eventually he was on my island. And while he was visiting me and checking out all my builds, he then saw my mid-max happy mask with only G6 P6. And then he asked me a single question that changed everything and sent me on a 6-month-long journey. Yo bro, wanna hypermax it? And well, I said yes. And after a week or so of getting all the money to do so, we had finally hypermaxed it. And on one of my streams during the 300-year celebration, he handed it to me, and at last I finally had a beautiful meme item. But my celebration was cut a bit short, because someone had visited my island and pointed out that it wasn't maxed and it lacked one thing, Hecatomb 10. Which, if you don't know what Hecatomb does, it basically gets stronger with each dungeon run you do, maxing out at 100 runs. So, deciding, you know what, it couldn't hurt to get a Hecatomb 10. And so then I made a video documenting how I got Hecatomb 10, and it did pretty well for my channel, so I decided just to get a Hyperion next video. I don't know why, but I made a video on it. And it did better than expected, but I really wanted to revisit the Happy Mask. I wanted to see how far I could take this. And during this time, I remembered how I wanted my goons back in the game, and saw Dante as a way to do so. And so then, I decided to devote all my time into reviving Dante. Now, I knew this was going to be a hard task to pull off, if I could even do it at all, but I had to start somewhere. So, I made a Discord called Dante Rising and decided the best course of action would be to get some YouTubers in the Discord. Now, I didn't know how I'd do it, but I knew eventually I could. But first, I had to get a few people on board, so I just invited anyone I could until I met Toby Larone, who then invited Vision, who helped me make the Discord. And after the Discord was fully made, we started inviting anyone we could, and I decided to make a video trying to get people to join, and well, it worked pretty well. And only after a few days, our members had gotten Nitros, Minder, Slippy Boy, and Joey Lamau. But I had my sights on one of the biggest content creators, Interest. Now, I knew it wouldn't be easy. I mean, it's not like you can just donate money and he'll join.
But I am glad to have joined the Dante cult.
Well, I guess that worked. Guess money makes the world go round anyways. But now I needed a new goal. One that would not only show my dedication, but also get attention towards Dante Rising. Then, the idea hit me like a ton of bricks. Hecatomb 100. 1,000 runs of dungeons. And it did a really good job of getting people and having them join the Discord. But the issue after that is that I was burnt out. Yeah, who knew that after hundreds of hours of grinding would leave you done? And so during that next month, all I posted was very poorly done versus videos, which would get an insane amount of views, but wasn't anything I really wanted to do, and I didn't even enjoy making them. They were just cheap. But then I eventually stopped doing them and decided to do a 1 billion coin giveaway. Now, the point of the giveaway was to get members and attention on Dante Rising, and well, it did so greatly, with 3K views and 250 new members joining. Now, at this point, I was still unsure if Dante was coming back, but on March 30th, there was going to be a mayor election at 1 p.m., 1 hour after I said Dante would return, which made me a bit hopeful. Now, 12 hours before we started, I did the final prep work, like getting more happy masks and also building a factory to produce and deliver them to people. And I was also working on a thumbnail and the title for the stream, and after doing all of that, it was now time to take a little nap and have Dante rise. Now, right as I sent out the announcement and the stream started, we had 30 people join, which it doesn't sound like a lot, but trust me, it was. And we immediately started by raiding hubs, which we accidentally crashed them, and then we raided islands. Then we accidentally crashed them, and after an hour of just like goofing off, there was 1 minute till the election doors open, and we'll see if Dante finally rises. Of which it was the most stressful minute of my life, seeing if months of work, years in the making, were all gonna go to waste. And as the election doors opened, I saw that we failed. And that was it. 6 months of work, billions of coins spent, hundreds of people's hopes for this one day, all gone for nothing. And it wasn't just me who put in effort. It was nearly everyone from the Discord. A group effort that was kind of doomed to fail from the start. Well, it's all over now. So, I guess there's only one thing left to do. So long, Dante Rising. You know, Dante Rising was something I knew, and others as well knew, had a very small chance of actually working. But either way, in defeat or victory, people still decided to join. For instance, Alice RNG, someone I'd only met due to Dante Rising, said that they wanted to help because either way, it seems like it'll be a fun time. And I really hope others did share a similar sentiment. Because although it sucks that we failed, we still did a lot. We had 500 people join. Over 10,000 people had seen Dante Rising and had huge YouTubers join as well. All of those feats wouldn't have been possible without you. Dante Rising may have started off with the express purpose of reviving Dante and the goons, but it eventually just kind of morphed into a group just goofing off. But I'm not gonna lie, I am glad it's over. This was a stressful project, needless to say, with trying to get YouTubers in the constant need of trying to get any admins we could, which we didn't even get one. It is very hard to get in contact with admins. But despite all that, I still had fun. And our 6-month-long journey has finally come to a close. And I'm free.